Okay, problem set 67 is radical denominators, but in order to work on this, you have to understand the difference of two squares. So if we do it using a and b, you FOIL it and you get a times a, which is a squared, a times negative b, which is negative ab, b times a, which is positive a, b, and then b times b, which is negative b squared. I want you to notice that these two middle terms cancel out. Really, all you need to do, if it's the same terms first and second, same terms first and second in each parentheses, one's a plus, one's a minus, that's the difference of two squares. So you do the first times the first, a squared, and then the last times the last, minus b squared. So same thing here. Similarly, x times x, x squared, x times negative 3, negative 3x, 3 times x, positive 3x, 3 times negative 3, negative 9. Cancellation. You're left with first times first, x squared, last times last, minus 9, x squared minus 9. Difference of two squares. So, you may recall that when we have problems like this sometimes, say square root of 3 over the square root of 7, that math does not want a radical in the denominator. So you use a force, numerator-denominator rule, of the radical you're trying to get rid of in the denominator, so you get radical 21 over 7. Okay? The point is, you do not want a radical in the denominator. Well, now, what if this is the denominator? Well, there's still a radical down there. I don't like it. So you're going to multiply by what's called the conjugate. So it's the same denominator that has the radical. It'll be negative 4, but instead of plus radical 3, it'll be, minus radical 3. Top and bottom. That way you're still using a force, okay? And the top is going to end up being 1 times negative 4 minus radical 3. There's the top. The bottom is the difference of two squares. When you multiply by what's called the conjugate, which is the difference of two squares, same firsts, same second terms, one's a plus in the middle, one's a minus, you end up with a difference of two squares. So you're going to do first times first, negative 4 times negative 4. Well, that's 16. Then you're going to, and I'll do it out just so you can see it. Then you're going to do negative 4 times negative radical 3, which is plus 4 radical 3. Then you're going to do radical 3 times negative 4, which is negative 4 radical 3. And then radical 3 times negative radical 3, which is negative radical 9. So you get your top, negative 4 minus radical 3. Look at this. These two cancel. That's what we want. And then in the bottom you have 16 minus, well, the square root of 9 is 3. So your final answer is negative 4 minus radical 3 all over 13. So that's radical denominators. That's it. I have the answers to this and this, the practice problems, which I want you to try. It's in the answers for 66. So, good luck. To get rid of this radical, you multiply by the conjugate, top and bottom. The conjugate of this is the same term, but the middle sign changes from a positive to a negative. If this was a negative, then this would change to a positive. And you multiply it out, you see the middle two terms eliminate. So you really don't need to do it. You just do first times first, and then last times last, because you know the middle two terms are going to eliminate. 5 minutes.